that I've got to pull out all the stops for Pride. It's my homosexual obligation and my trans obligation, and so we're gonna make it work. Not really sure what I'm gonna do on the face. I'm gonna probably keep it. I'm not gonna go like full drag or anything today. Don't worry, that will come. But today I'm probably just gonna do something a little bit more wearable and just like, I don't know, wearable for me. Don't expect this to be wearable for everyone. If you don't wear makeup, that's fine. Happy Pride Month, Daniel. You know what that means. Homosexual takeover. No, of course not. But that's what some people think. I can't wait for all of the trolls that have been living under a rock for 11 months of the year to be like, why did the gays get a month? I don't get a month. Can't wait. That's my favorite part of Pride Month. So I don't really know what I'm doing. I didn't shave my mustache, so my makeup's gonna go all weird over it, but whatever. Um, I should be used to it by now, but for some reason I'm not. Happy Pride Month, Crystal. Welcome in. So today I'm gonna put some foundation on, which is pretty much like every time I do my makeup. But yes, happy Pride Month to everyone who celebrates, and if you don't celebrate, that's cool. Just be respectful. Don't give a shit what you are into, because really that's not what Pride Month is about. I got a RuPaul doll to celebrate. That's awesome. Ooh, I want to see that so bad. Um, and the thing is, if you are not a celebrator of Pride, that's okay. Pride Month is about accepting who you are, feeling safe to be who you are, and, celebrating people who are different than you are. And that's what it's all about. It's not about conversion into the LGBT community for people that aren't in it. Honestly, we don't really want to share it. So it's like, why would we spend our time convincing someone else when we are just trying to be ourselves? But nobody thinks about that. It's all about the women and the children. But anyways, I could complain, and I probably will, but I'll try to keep it sparse. Speaking of sparse, I'm just doing a light layer of foundation on my face. It's a fuller coverage foundation, but I keep it pretty light when I'm just, doing like a day-to-day makeup, because this is probably what I'm like, probably do what I'm more likely to actually wear at Pride, because the thing is, I like to go big. I like to have a lot of makeup on at Pride, but even at Pride, like a Pride parade, it does make it harder to get gendered correctly, which you wouldn't think would be a hard thing at Pride, but it is. Um, so I'm gonna keep it pretty light. Like I said, I'm not gonna go in full drags. Um, but uh, but yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of see what happens, see what my brushes tell me to do, and then we're gonna go from there. I don't know. This has been a really tough year, and I look forward to Pride, Pride Month specifically, and Halloween. Those are really my 2 months where I feel like I can kind of really just kind of be myself. My makeup is going on my nose really weird. I'm not really living for that, so we're gonna try some different things to see if we can get this nose to cooperate. Yeah, I definitely want to see your doll, Daniel. That sounds super cute. If it's the doll I'm thinking of, I can't wait to see it. But if it's a different doll too, that would be awesome. There's a lot of people who do like custom dolls, so I do not know which one you got. But no matter what, it's going to be gorgeous, darling. Gorgeous. I think it's a sponge. The sponge is like not having it today. It's gonna messing up the rest of my makeup. Oh yeah, mustache is looking real weird. Real weird right now. I have like John Waters mustache right now. Cool. I'm getting like one of those safety razors that has like just like a razor that you like screw in, and I'm excited for it because I'm hoping it can give me like a smoother shave and everything, but we'll see. I started to get like, so I have like mustache, and then these like vellus hairs, the baby hairs on my face, are starting to get longer, which is a sign that they're probably going to start to turn soon. But then I have like under here, just like on my double chin, which is really cute. I know you were hoping and wondering if it was really cute, and it is. But I am getting hairs there as well, like a mix of permanent and those baby hairs. Hey, Nifty, welcome in. Happy Pride Month to you. So making sure I get my nose really well. Again, my nose isn't taking makeup really well, but I've been breaking out there pretty bad, and yeah, it's just like not. I think I saw like a trick for this, but I think I was supposed to do it before I put my makeup on. Oops. Well, it is what it is. Let's see if I can find my primer. Okay, this might work, this might not work, so can't hurt to try, right? So yeah, I've been like, I broke out on my nose really bad, and then what's that over there? Is it urine? Cap on. Sorry. Weird things are happening here in the grand old state of North Carolina. But yeah, so I'm excited for Pride. It's a nice break from every other month of the year where I have to kind of it's really strange being, I guess, just like this is my thing. It's like it's kind of weird. Sorry, that was not anything else going on other than a reminder from my phone to drink water, which is not happening right now. So just ignore it. This is why alarms are garbage and don't do anything for me, because I just mute them after a while. I think this probably would look better if I had done it before, but hindsight 2020. But it's weird being like a femme trans man, because people are like, oh, you're a trans man, you're supposed to be all like force and masculine stuff. And I'm like, nah, that's not really me. And they're like, well, why didn't you just stay a girl? I was like, I'm not a girl. Oh my gosh, speaking of Pride, Mother, who we know is Lady Gaga, the Chromatica Ball, has anyone watched it on, I think it was on HBO? Super fun to watch. She slays. It made me go, fuck, I don't remember anything about this album. So we listened to it like twice before we watched it, and I was like, wow, I really don't remember this album. Not a great sign. So I kind of wish there were, she did a lot of songs from, her albums, multiple albums, but I just kind of, oh man, I don't want to do that. Well, let me match up this other side, and then we'll put my liquid contour on. Now I just got this, but I always forget to do it. Yeah, yeah. This is my Daria shirt. And I've always loved Daria. And that was like one of my favorite shows when I was younger. I haven't seen it in a while. I don't even know where I would find it. But just like the attitude that Daria had towards like everything in life was very, very me. I felt very connected with that kind of apathetic kind of attitude. So, you don't have to put this much makeup on. If you don't like wearing makeup, every time I put makeup on like this, people are like, I hate wearing makeup. I don't like wearing makeup. Cool. Do not care. I can't explain how much I do not care. You do what makes you happy. I do what makes me happy. We are happy doing different things. That's cool. I'm sorry if I'm kind of like a sourpuss mood. It's just kind of what's happening right now in my life. Had a pretty rough morning. But, you know, doesn't mean that I need to be a jerk on the internet, so. But yeah, I get a little tired of the, you know, I would never wear that much makeup. Cool, don't. Save more for me, you know? Um, so, yeah, I just, yeah, so sorry if I'm being a little bitch. I need this to blend in a little bit more, but that powder is making it a little harder, so. Don't judge me if it looks a little crusty. So, that's just the liquid part. Then we're gonna go in with some powders. And anywhere that's brighter, I'm gonna put the powder that has pigment, just to set that color and really kind of make that work. And then if I have colors that I don't have powders for, I will go in and set that with a translucent powder. Big fan of translucent, specifically Cody Airspun. It's always my favorite. Been my favorite for a million years. Probably will be for a million more. Smells like grandma's house. If you smell the stuff, you would know exactly what I mean when I say it smells like grandma. And it's just a very, it's very scented, but it's not off-putting. And it's what you know, if your grandma wore makeup, your grandma probably wore this. And if, and so it's very reminiscent. I like the one with, extra coverage. To me, it just, keeps me from looking, oily for longer. But the one without extra coverage is just fine too. So if you crease under the eye, you want to make sure you get rid of the creases by dabbing on a little bit before you put on the powder. Otherwise, you'll save those creases right underneath your eye. Okay, so that just came right on. It's cool when your makeup just doesn't do what you need it to do. That's awesome. Okay, so I'll let that sit for a little bit. Personally, I like to let it bake in a little bit. It just, you know, some people say that it's all about like when you want it to look good, right? So like makeup, if you wore makeup for 8 to 10 hours a day, if you make it so that it looks great, moisturized, your skin looks glowy right when you put it on, then like hour 5, 6, whatever, you're not gonna look good. You're gonna be oily or whatever, like it's gonna be cracked, all of that. So you gotta kind of keep in mind when you want it to look the best and do your makeup accordingly. And I know maybe that's not the ideal answer that everybody wants to hear, but your skin under there doesn't really like that you're wearing makeup on top of it. So you kind of have to pick and choose what you want to do. So I feel a little obligated to do a rainbow look. But first day of Pride, I don't know. What do you think? Should we go trans or should we go trans or should we go rainbow? I think I'm gonna do rainbow and I'm gonna do a spotlight eye or a halo eye or whatever we're calling it these days. Oh no, this mirror broke. Maybe that's why my luck has been so bad. Okay, so first I want to put my eye primer on, and I literally just had it, but whatever, it's gone now. Okay, so here's my eye primer. So I hope everyone is having a great day so far. If you're planning on going into any Pride festivals or any Pride events, anything like that, I would love to hear about that. There are so many in so many different parts of the world. It's really great to see that we're starting to see a little bit more promotion all around the world. Even if you're going to your local gay bar and watching a drag show, watching a local drag show, that's a great way to show support to the community. But there's so many different ways that you can support the community, whether in person or online. Not everyone feels comfortable doing it in person. That's totally fine. But think about how you want to support the community, and if you can, how what way is best for you. Um, because support and pride look different for everyone, and it's important to think about that. So, maybe we can just talk about a couple of different ways that we can support the community, and if any of those sound good and reasonable to you, then you can go ahead and do that. So, I think first and foremost, I'd like to talk about like free ways that we can support the community um, with with like free ways that we can support the community. So ways that we can support the community without spending a ton of money, because I think it is really important to acknowledge that not everyone is in a financial position to just throw money at queer owned, trans owned, or trans and queer supportive businesses. So it's important to realize that we have to be mindful of that, and that not everyone's in the same socioeconomic kind of place in their life. So I'm gonna do a trans flag. And I'm gonna start by doing a light blue on the inside and the outside of my eye. So one way that you can do it is LGBTQ plus causes, things for rights for queer and trans folks. Those are free to show your support for. I always find it really important to make sure that you fully understand the issue before you throw your support in. Make sure that you understand and can fully kind of explain why you support that, because if the more you support something openly that's political, the more people are going to ask you why. And so just making sure that you're educated about kind of each side of that situation, the better the outcome will be if you need to defend that decision and that support, right? you know but kind of see, I think it's important to see, or at least try to understand the opposing point of view, so that you can see why people might be struggling to understand it. If you want to put yourself in the role of educating people about that specific cause. So, and then realize that the roadblocks that people in the community are facing around that. One big thing is marriage equality, and it extends far past queer and trans folks. If you can kind of pay attention to what's going on, but also keep in mind that yes, we have it now, but there are people trying to actively take it away from us. So understanding that the fight is not over for that. And that's just one of the issues that, queer and trans people face. So if that's the one that you want to focus on and spend some time getting to expand your knowledge on, make sure you understand the people who are against people having those privileges and rights, um, and things like that, and who else is harmed by not having marriage equality and things like that. So there's always things, and I'm not going to sit here on a pedestal and try to convince anybody of anything that they don't want to be convinced of. Not today, at least. But I do think if you want to show your support, that you try to, be educated about the specific issue. Now, the thing with this particular eye makeup is that you want to try not to have a lot of overlap between the pink and the blue, because they'll turn into purple, which looks lovely, by the way. But if you are trying to do the trans pride flag, that does not have purple on it. So you want to kind of really make sure you isolate those colors if you can. You want them to be blended, but you don't want them to turn just like straight purple. So important to consider. So I'm just doing this kind of Jessica Rabbit spotlight eye. I don't know, it's just like it'll always read Jessica Rabbit to me. When it goes up this high, it kind of has to, right? But so that's a free way that you can support. Another free way is to volunteer, and I know not everyone has time or the resources to get to like LGBTQ plus centers. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So volunteering at LGBTQ plus centers, volunteering at libraries where they do drag queen story hours, where those queens are often like harassed and people protest them and things like that. If you're there and you're throwing your support in the ring, that can mean all the difference to people having a great experience with that and people having a really not so great experience with that. So so that's a free way to support the community and their causes, while not, throwing a bunch of money in the ring. I've been kind of in search of something for my eyebrows lately because I just haven't really been able to find anything that I like because I've been doing it like a half brow when I shave it, and I just haven't really found anything that I've been really living for lately. So I'm going to go and put I'm gonna use my Ben Nye white, and I'm going to go in and put a mustache on, because for me, I just have really enjoyed putting fake mustache on, kind of adding to what I already have, because I'm kind of in the middle, so if I don't shave it, I feel like I kind of have to put something on, otherwise it looks a little weird. So basically what you're doing is drawing the exact eyebrow shape that, we all did. And then you're just filling it in with the white, and it's a cream white, so it's going to be a little bit tacky, so that it'll the whatchamacallit, fuck, the eyeshadow will stick on a little bit better. Okay. And sometimes I like to draw my mustache up, facing up. It just kind of is like a unusual shape that I really have fun with. But other times I draw it down. It's just about whatever I want to do. I'm really not. I don't think a lot of things through. And that's okay, right? I feel like this mustache very much gives Hulk Hogan. And if you were even the slightest fan of 90s wrestling, you get it. I think I'm going to go over my piercing, which I don't usually do. But today, we're going over it. It's over. I'm just making sure that the sides are relatively even. So it's white and it's going to help it stick. If you do have the colors that you're going with, it does make it more vibrant. Like I do have like a blue cream, but I just didn't use it because I just grabbed the white. So for me, I'm going to put some of that shadow down just to bring in those colors. And then I'm going to probably put glitter on it because I'm me. um, so you want to grab a smaller brush than what we did for the eyes. Let me make sure it says this on it. Okay. So this can be done for any of the flags that you want to do. So I'm taking this kind of like eyeshadow like smudger brush, and I'm going in with the white. And I'm just doing that in the center because that's what the flag looks like. For me, I'm just doing the flag straight across because it's equal on both sides. So just I feel like it looks better that way. Then I'm gonna take a lighter pink and go next to it. I'm probably gonna keep the base lighter so that I can do darker hairs with the more intense colors. It's hard like getting up in those mustache hairs. I actually have. Hello, welcome in. I am just doing I don't know, I'm just making stuff up, honestly. Just having fun doing pride makeup. Hey Lydia. I meant to go on your live, I think, yesterday, but I think I got busy. Life's been crazy, Lydia. So I hope you've been having a good time and you're doing well. I just feel like life is always just bonkers. Bonkers craziness. I keep waiting for life to get like easier, more fun. Just in general, and just not doing that. But you know, that's life, right? You can complain, but who's gonna listen? Putting a little bit more of that more pigmented pink because I just feel like it needs a little bit more like oomph. That light pink is just not doing it for me. Okay, so pink is on, and now we're doing the lighter blue. And we're gonna sharpen the edges of this, so don't. I know you're worrying, but don't worry. And like literally nobody cares. And with the cream on top of the powder, you can really just like wipe off anything that you mess up. That I appreciate, because I do mess up quite a bit. And that powder and that stiff brush is gonna really, really push that cream around. So you're gonna probably have to go in and just make it sharper. Oh god, this is like trans Hulk Hogan. It's fun though. I don't know. I don't really, I don't come in to look cool or good. I just come in to have a good time, and if that's what happens, then that's my ideal situation. Okay. So this is what it looks like. See, it's very light. I'm sorry that you're in pain, Lydia. Of course, I would not wish that on you or anyone. So right now I'm going to take a liner brush, and I'm going to do a couple of different things with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just any piece of plastic that you have, any kind of thing that's, you don't really need to, keep looking good and stuff. And then first I'm going to go in with the white liner that I have, because it's very pigmented and it's going to look really nice, giving some of those, giving some definition to the hairs that I have there. Assuming I can find it. There it is. So this is kind of what it looks like, but we want it to really pop against the face. Pop, pop. So this is the funeral proof liner from Holograve Cosmetics. And so I'm going to take the white, and I'm going to go all throughout the mustache. But I'm not going to put as much white in the other areas as I'm putting in the center. Does that make sense? So it's just going to be like little highlights. And this is going to make the sides cleaner, and then later on I'm going to actually go in and do an outline in white. Okay, so I have that going on, and I'm gonna do the outside of my brows in white too. Really, just gonna make everything look kind of a little bit more cartoony, and it's gonna make it a lot more fun as well. So what I'm gonna do is on with the pink that I'm taking, I'm gonna just take my gonna take the end of my brush, and I'm just gonna scrape some of the darker pigment into the little plastic or whatever palette you're using. And I'm gonna take some finishing spray. I'm gonna kind of spray that off to the side so that I don't, throw that product everywhere. And I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna mix those two so that we have a nice, intense pink. I'm try to get that really thin and really pigmented. Okay, and then we're gonna go in and we're gonna go and make those. So see how that side is a lot more defined than that? So we're just going to keep on going in with that pink. And I'm just kind of going over the edges of the boundary. Okay. And so we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with the blue color. So because it's just, you know, a liquidy mix, you can go ahead and do the same thing with the blue. Okay. Spray, bitch. Okay, this one's not spraying right now because this one's spray sideways. I will just grab another. Okay, that one exploded all the color all over the place. Okay, so we're... And again, just test it on the back of your hand to make sure you can get the thin but intense line that you want. This blue is kind of turning a little black, but it should still work. Try to make sure they're equal thicknesses on each side. And then, yeah, I mean, that's good enough for me. So, of course, because it's a pride look, I'm going to put glitter on it. But let's get the eyebrows straightened out, shall we? So, I have some brow pomade that I'm not quite sure how to use, because I've tried to use it and it's kind of just been shitty. I have my brow pencils. Look at my brow pencils, even though those aren't, like, they don't, like, love being by themselves, but they're gonna deal with it. So I just do a pretty straight brow. Lately, I just have been liking the look of it. I haven't been doing much of an arch or anything like that. And I don't really like want or care for them to be like pointed. I'd rather them look like a little bit more natural and just kind of, they grow like this. It just happens to be straight, you know? I don't know if that makes any sense. But just like a little bit of something and then kind of filling in the start of the brow to be a little bit fuller. So it's not like just like a straight line going across my face. It's like they have a little bit of personality and, you know, they just grow like this. Even though we all know, right? Okay. And so once you've done like the basics, you can, the best way to blend out brow things is not a brush, it's not your finger. Oh God, it's not your finger. It's through a spoolie that really gets through the hair and diffuses the color a little bit. And it just looks the best. I think so. If you're trying to figure out how to blend your brow pencil, brow pomade, anything with your brows, go in with a spoolie first. A lot of the current brow products will have those spoolies included, so you don't need to bring your own, but anything that looks kind of like a mascara wand is kind of what you want. Okay, so a lot of people will like to carve out their brows using uh, concealer and stuff like that. For me today, I really want to go like the cartoon extra mile and do white. Actually, let me put my regular liner on and then I'll figure out. So I'm gonna take my black liner. Sorry to jump around on you. Nobody cares, right? Nobody's really watching this to learn how to do makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna take my black fluid line. And it's actually a lot easier to learn how to control the shape of your eyeliner if you know where to start and how to position all of this. So when I do want a more rounded look like I'm doing right now, I'll actually start kind of like 2/3 into the middle and just kind of go over that area a little bit so it's a little bit thicker already. And then once I go into the inner corner, it's already thicker, so I'm rounding out that look. Happy Pride Winter! Oh, you changed your picture. Did you change it, or I just haven't seen it in a while? Because I'm suck. Let us all be gay. Okay, I am really, really doing a bad job here, but whatever. I don't really care. Okay. So I don't know if I'm gonna do anything underneath the eyes. I don't really care. Oh, cool. I have a trans mustache today. Okay, what do I want to do underneath the eyes? I kind of feel like doing something like very different, but I don't know what that would be. Got my mustache on. Is glitter going in the mustache or on the eyes? I feel like I might just want to do it on the eyes. And then I got an idea. Okay. So if you think that I didn't have any plan for what I was doing today, you would be right. I had no plan. So I'm gonna take my white liner from Hollow Grave. I love this shit. This is so good. If you like gel liners, which I'm a big fan of because they stay on me the longest, these are very good. So I went up a little bit too far into my brow, but that's okay. Okay. And then I'm gonna go above. Basically gonna do all that like carving out shit that I really hate the look of, but I'm gonna do it in white so that it looks ridiculous. Just put a little bit up in the front. So it looks really cartoony pop art. Yeah, they are not cheap. I really do like Sunset makeup, and they're much more affordable. I'm not sure how much shipping would be into Canada, but Sunset makeup is a lot more affordable. Has great options. They don't have the cream liners like Holograve, but they have a lot of great stuff. They have the white. They have the white and colored, different colored foundations that everyone was like would not shut up about, which should be shut up about because they're really cool. But they have a bunch of different goth and like clown core type stuff, which is neat. Okay, this one's a lot thicker, but we're just gonna pretend like they're similar enough that I wouldn't have a problem with it. We're also gonna take that white. We're gonna go around the mustache. I don't have money to buy makeup. Yeah, makeup is expensive. It is for sure. Okay, this is definitely not you. Gotta get more of a bend in that stash. Okay, and I think that is pretty cool looking. And go underneath my eyes with this light. I'm not gonna be like incredibly neat about it because I just don't care. Now, if you've watched people do their makeup before and you're like, why do they make that stupid face when they put stuff under their eyes? It's because dropping your jaw actually opens your eyes up quite a bit for most people. And so it's easier to get stuff in that space if they drop your jaw. We're going buck wild in the eyeliner department today. I don't hate it. Okay, I'm gonna take the end of my brush and roll it in the white. And then I'm gonna use that to go in my waterline. I saw one of the makeup artists I follow do this, and I was like, that's genius. Because then it doesn't irritate your waterline as much as a brush would, but you're also putting gel in your waterline, which makes it stay a lot longer. And I was like, son of a gun, you are smart. And I am done. Okay. So now that we are really, really light under the eyes, they look ridiculous. What I'm gonna do, let's close this up. I'm gonna put a little bit of blush on, and I hate paint blush. It looks terrible on my skin tone. However, I do want it to go and be cohesive with the rest of my makeup. So I'm gonna take the same pink blush, and it's gonna look weird, but you know, all part of the process. I'm just gonna apply it right there. I look like a buffoon. I love it. It's looking silly. Silly Willy. So I'm gonna take some of this white, like Ben Nye white powder, and just start. It's a setting powder, so it's not super pigmented. But it's gonna start the process of lightening up this whole area, because I really do want it quite light, because I'm gonna put lashes on underneath, and I don't want the whole area to be super dark, because that's gonna show underneath the lashes. I'm even gonna take some white eyeshadow and just kind of further lighten the area. It's gonna soften some of those lines. So I'm gonna take this and go in the middle of this, just to really brighten up. Just that center, like, line right in there. It makes a big difference on the eyes. Pew, 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 pew. Got a little pride. Pushes us to be bigger and better than last year. So that is what's going on right now. The mustache, the white lines are pretty thick, but I'm not good at subtlety. I'm not good at subtlety, and that's okay. Oh, I hate pink blush on me. It looks terrible. Okay, so I'm gonna find some lashes that will go under my eyes. Now, the thing with bottom lashes is that they are always going to look bigger underneath your eyes, because that's just what they do. But, well, I haven't worn these lashes in a minute. So, I'm gonna take some pretty cheap little lashes. So, I got these on Amazon about 100 million years ago. And they're very cheap. They're very sparse, but I got them with the intention of using them with lower lashes. So why not fulfill that today? So I need some scissors. I don't know where scissors are. I mean, I know where some are that are not in here, but that doesn't really help me, does it? Okay. I need scissors. I can't, like, fake my way out of this. Damn it. Okay. Let's see if I can use what little nails I have and just, like, spin this around and see if I can cut this. I seriously don't have any scissors in here. It's crazy. Now, if you pull it apart, it's not going to work. So, yeah, I do not know. I do not know how to make this work. Okay, so lashes underneath are not going to happen tonight. By tonight, I mean it is 4 p.m. But I can do the lashes on top. We can go big, darling. So these are some more expensive lashes I have not really worn because I don't like to wear expensive lashes, and I prefer my cheap old drag lashes. But these are very nice, very floofy, and make me feel like a fancy bitch. I didn't put glitter on. That's okay. And this was the time I got these at the time when like everyone was spending a lot of money on lashes, and I was like, I'm not. I'm wearing drugstore lashes. I feel like I should be wearing something nicer. So I definitely felt the peer pressure of wearing like nicer lashes and stuff. And is it worth it? I don't know. It's up to you. Do what you want, but I didn't feel like it was necessarily worth it. You can always stack cheap lashes to make a nicer, thicker pair, and you can have something that's custom built for your eyes, which makes a little bit more sense to me, but you know, I guess I'm not everybody, so whatever. Okay, so I'm going to take this first lash that I did. You can use tweezers, you can use your fingers, you cannot wear lashes, I don't care. So I glued them a little bit higher than my natural lashes because I wanted to keep that rounded effect that I had going. Ooh, this kind of made me look like possessed for a second. Like what? Eyes. That's cool. Um, but do whatever you want. I don't know why I'm trying to tell anybody what to do. I do not give a shit. You can definitely change a lot about your face shape through how you place lashes. But some people just really hate lashes or have a really hard time putting them on or don't want to put them on. That's fine. I find that when I don't put lashes on, no matter how good my makeup looks, it always kind of looks incomplete. And even though I try to fight it, I can't. I wish I could fight it more, but I just can't. Okay, so I'm going to put mascara on just to blend my natural lashes to the fake ones. Mine are all dusty from lots of shadows and powders and shit. Pull this down just a little bit. Now, I found that I like pretty cheap lash glue. I mean, it's kind of like mid-range, you know, for being honest, but I use the, let me show you what I use. And I don't really believe in inexpensive mascara because all of it looks shitty on me, so who gives a shit if I wear like really nice stuff or I don't. So for lash glue, I use the Duo glue, but I don't use the squeeze tube. That stuff is just pure liquid latex, and it's not very great to do. I use a brush-on adhesive with vitamins. That's super vague, but I use a brush-on. It's way better. I've heard the one that's latex-free is even better, but this has latex in it, but it's not the only ingredient, so it's still much better. And then mascara, I'm just using Great Lash, like an old lady, because I don't care. I don't care. I don't like how pink this is. I knew I was gonna hate it. I always hate pink blush. It looks stupid on me. Let me just bring some of it up here, and that'll probably help a little bit. But Not that much, because pink blush looks weird on me, because I'm so olive. I'm going to put some highlighter on, like we are in the middle of 2016. Do not give me shit. I'm wearing some purple highlighter. It actually really works on my skin tone. Purple's not for everybody, but if it works, it works. I don't really love a whole lot of highlighter on my nose. I know a lot of people really love the way that looks, but for me, it just always kind of looks a little silly. I will put a little bit on just to kind of dematify things, but I don't need, oodles and boodles of color. I just feel like my mustache doesn't read unless you're really up close on it. I think it's the pink. I think the pink is just not pinking. I don't know what that means, but don't read into it, okay? I'm gonna take a pink neon pencil and I'm gonna just amp up that color. Just tiny little strokes. Okay, so you can see that a lot more. Cool. Awesome. The light balancing is nuts in here. So for the lips, I feel like I'm not quite sure what to do. My heart is telling me wear black lips because always is a good. I also have some purples that are nice. Just do black lips. Just do black lips. Just do black lips. Oh my god. Okay, let me find my liquid lipstick. Oh, I do have my dark blue. That's it. That's what I'm gonna do. And this is inspired by you, Winter. I have two colors of the what is it, Notoriously Morbid Cosmetics lip. I have the black, which is called Rune. I'm sorry, I was like reading where it was like printed over like 5 times. And then I have this. This is my favorite color. This one is Thou Shall Not Fear. And I haven't worn it in a while, but favorite. Just the formula on this is just heaven to my lips. Oh god. I went through that over there. It went too fast. Okay. Okay, they're bigger than they were. Just, don't judge me. I went really, really slow, and then I went way too fast for just 1 second, and it's enough to ruin it. I did something weird on the outside there. Whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry really quickly. It has like a nice vanilla smell, but it's not too like, if you're really sensitive to smells, it does not linger, it's not very strong, it's something that's definitely wearable. So you can wear it matte like this, or you can add a couple different things on top to transform it into something a little bit more, if that's what you're looking for. Now, I used to have this one thing And they came out with like a couple versions of it, like other brands did. But now I don't know where it is. It was basically like a. Oh, wait. Here. I think this is just highlighters, and it has a purple in it, which I have a better purple highlighter here, so I'm not gonna fuck with that. But basically, it was like an eyeshadow transformer, is how like a lot of people marketed theirs, and it just was like it would transform the color underneath. So it's kind of like a really weak ass eyeshadow that would you know look cool over other things. And I used to have one, and now I don't know where anything is really. So so I'm gonna put a little bit of this highlighter on. This always looks really great over darker. Now, if it's not dry, it will look really weird. Because my lips are so chapped, it's looking really bad, but just imagine it looks good, okay? This end of the eyeliner, right? Nope. Lash. It's not sticking on because I moved it too much. So I'm just gonna go in, put some on the end of the lash. But that's pretty much it. I hope you all had fun doing this. Happy first day of Pride. I might come on and crochet later. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do yet. But if I don't, I'll try to be back tomorrow so that we can all hang out and be best buds, and pretend that the only problem in the LGBTQIA plus community is us not having rights. Which is a pretty big problem, right? A Song in My Heart. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. What a fun name. So this is my trans pride makeup. Let me get a little close up for you. The mustache isn't quite what I imagined, but you know, if something didn't go wrong in one of my makeup tutorials, it wouldn't be me. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you